Unreal, uncensored, unradio.
CliffCentral.com. Good afternoon and welcome to Auto Central on Cliff Central, powered by AutoTrader SA. I'm Wilmarie van Rensburg, also known as SA Speed Queen, and I had to just cut that song short because our technical producer asked him for something to get you like all racy and ready for the start line, and that's what we got. Thanks, D.
Put me to sleep on the start line.
but thanks. Generally, you get it right. Thanks, Duncan. Chad, now unfortunately we don't have George with us from AutoTrader.
Yeah, George isn't here today. So welcome, Wilmarie, and welcome to our guests we got in studio. We'll introduce them to you now. George is sitting in a board meeting at the moment, probably very much bored out of his mind.
Well, so that's why it's called that.
That's exactly why it's called a board meeting.
It's got to be big for him not to be here, I must say, because he's really been here, and he sent a very nice message earlier, so that's very nice.
I did bump into him earlier just before making my way to the studio, and he did say, listen, I'm going to have to shift these meetings to Thursdays. I can't miss this. He loves the show. He really does. So it is a little bit of a pity that we don't have him here. But we got an interesting show lined up for you. Wilmarie, what are we looking at?
We do. Once again, all things motoring with AutoTrader. But Chad, you got to tell us now quickly. 99-cent car.
You heard about it.
Havoc on Twitter.
Absolute havoc on Twitter, yes.
Absolute havoc. Tell us.
It is a competition. It's a promotion that AutoTrader SA is busy launching, or has launched, and is busy running. Let's put it that way. And it's going to run for 28 days, I believe it is.
So on what day are we now?
Precisely. Well, we're on day 3 now. Okay. So we've given away 3 clues. There's a new clue every day, and it's sent out on Twitter. And each little clue is going to give you a slightly better idea of what the vehicle is. And you reply with the hashtag 99cent new car. So that's 99C new car. Okay, that's the hashtag that you use on Twitter.
So you go to Twitter, 99C new car.
You go and follow AutoTrader SA on Twitter, and they'll send out the clues and that on a daily basis. You can also sign up for it on the competition page on the website, autotrader.co.za.
And that's been trending. This has been
This has really been busy. We were talking about it just now as well, about just the notifications and just the interaction. Yeah. And people are loving this idea. So each and every day a new clue goes out, and it gives you a better idea of what this mystery car is. And at the end of the promotion, 2 finalists are going to be chosen, and they will battle it out live on TV.
Okay.
And one of them will get the chance to buy this mystery car for only 99 cents.
So now, just for now, this is important. So you can buy this car now for 99 cents, and the value is 200,000.
Over 200,000 rand. Brand new car. It's a brand new car. It's quite a popular vehicle as well. I don't want to give too much away because this is why we've got 28 days of clues running, is so that we can rope you guys in, and you guys have to now guess as to what it is. Okay. But yes, that's pretty much it, and you will get a chance to purchase that car. Okay. That is what you basically...
So, that's a bargain.
Yeah,
it's like you pay 99 cents. You'll probably get it, or you won't. But either way, it's over 200,000.
One of the two finalists that will be randomly selected will get a chance.
Fantastic. Okay. And we are now day 3, so when is that clue coming out? Do you know?
Well, I'm actually going to give you the clue now.
Oh, wonderful.
I can give you the clue now. So those that haven't seen it out on Twitter...
So let me just confirm quickly. This is a new car.
This is a brand new car.
Okay, go
brand new, out the box. It will come your way.
Give us the clue. Can I enter? Am I allowed? I'm probably not allowed to. Okay.
Why not? Go for it.
What did they say? Conflict of interest, hey? Or something like...
conflict of interest? The terms and conditions are available on the AutoTrader site as well. Please do go and read them. If you're interested in this competition, go and read them, because that'll let you know how to enter as well, because you do need to interact with that hashtag and give your guesses as to what you think that clue is alluding to.
Interesting guesses coming through on Twitter as well.
And you can also sign up for the clues on the website. All right, so let's get down to that clue. Today's clue. Hashtag 99 cent new car is designed to carry you and other people. Hashtag guess the spec and help reveal the car.
Just say that again.
Okay,
quickly.
Here we go. The hashtag 99 cent new car is designed to carry you and other people.
Okay.
Hashtag
so more
guess
than
the
one
spec.
seat.
There we go. Well, there we go. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. Let's leave it at that.
And to see the other clues that have been revealed for the last 2 days.
Yeah, indeed. If you've missed them, you can either go onto Twitter or you can go onto autotrader.co.za, and on the competition page with the terms and conditions, you'll be able to see some of the previous specs. They sign up for it, and they'll basically email you with the clue every day, so you don't have to sit there and constantly monitor.
Great.
We understand people have jobs.
Yes. Well, they should be working during the day.
Exactly.
But in this case, we make an exception. Hashtag, All right. So quick rerun on World Superbikes. We've got some good news, some bad news. Very quick on the bad news. It's never nice.
It's never nice, but it once again, as we were discussing,
this was at Laguna Seca now.
This was at Laguna Seca.
Yes.
I mean, we were hyping it up because it was the whole tie-in with Mazda and everything.
Yes,
Mazda, Laguna Seca. I was saying how much I love the track and that. And sadly, 3 motorsport deaths over the course of the weekend. A very unfortunate accident that claimed lives of Daniel Rivas and Bernat Martinez. And that was in the Superstock 1000 race 2. That happened at Laguna Seca. So very sad they eventually succumbed to their injuries later on in hospital. Very unfortunate, just biked down on power and he just got collected by somebody coming up quicker from behind.
You know what, we're saying this is not, I mean, motorsport as a whole, yes, it's a high-risk sport, but it is controlled. Everyone's generally going same direction. But unfortunately, the thing that does cause damage is the stop. And whatever goes along with that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make motorsport a no-go to go to. This is very sad. Our condolences to the families and the friends. Our thoughts are with the families and the friends and everybody, the team members. The teams take it so hard as well, because these are like brothers. These are like family to them. And it's very sad, but it's an inherent part of motorsport as a whole. And anybody that gets involved in motorsport is chasing that very rush. That rush goes, it's part of the sport.
Of being on edge. Yes, correct. Of course, the other sad one, Jules Bianchi, who was involved in an accident 9 months ago. Also passed away over the course of the weekend. Yeah. So that's very sad. First Formula One death since Ayrton Senna in 1994. Very, very sad.
For motorsport as a whole, this is very bad. And really, our condolences. By no means are we changing the topic because of disrespect. No. But just to lift the low a little bit, we do have, my prediction was good. Well, it was close.
Was it good?
Yes. Remember we said about that it's pretty much a Ducati track.
Yes, we were saying, yes.
Yes, so that is number 1. C. Davies took number 1. And then we've got my favorite, Tom Sykes and Johnny Ray.
Well, there we go.
Second and third.
Not too bad for a guy that doesn't even follow the motorsport.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Hey?
I'm impressed.
Not too bad.
But I want to see a little bit more. So next time I'm going to start asking you trick questions. Come on, Chad. On the bike side.
We're going to get into this. Auto Central is going to develop. Don't worry.
All right. So we're getting it on that side, guys. So very good results for those guys. Tom Sykes on a Kawasaki, Johnny Ray Kawasaki, and C. Davies on Ducati. Well done for that. So what's up for today? We've got a wonderful guest. And I'm going to introduce you now. But just to quickly give you the lineup for the day, we've got Sarah Kate, Mrs. South Africa. Official, by the way. And then we've got David Furguson here from Graffiti. And I'm sure you guys know what that company is about. If you don't know, go Google it quickly because we're going to start chatting to him just now. So now from my side, from Chad's side, welcome, Sarah Kate.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. But you were saying something earlier about, it's now Mrs. SA, but you've already got your sights on Miss World.
Mrs. Universe.
Universe.
I leave for Mrs. Universe in a couple of weeks, so I'm very excited about that.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
So now I've got to ask, what goes into that? What kind of preparation?
A bit of banting.
Oh, really?
Joking. Maybe not so many bread rolls goes into that. You've just got to represent a demographic of women that is obtainable and not some unreachable thing. I'm a mom, I'm a career woman, I'm a wife, and it's just about representing our demographic. That's all.
Well, I want to ask a technical. This is as technical.
Oh, okay. Thank good. I'm getting nervous
because I didn't know this. So what is the difference, Miss SA and Mrs. SA? Am I right in saying having kids? Or being married?
Not at all. Not having kids. I'd say it's the aspect of being married.
Okay.
Miss South Africa is more a leveraging platform for a young girl that's about to start her career, where Mrs. South Africa is more about an established woman who already has a career, who is married and does not necessarily have to have children at all, as long as she's in a loving, committed relationship and she feels that her voice can be heard on a bigger platform. the reason why I entered is that I wanted to highlight the extensive charity work that I do for children with cancer. So
I see that,
I'm very blessed that I'm able to, get some form of limelight and then reflect that onto something that I feel so passionate about.
So how do you help them? Because you've got the mom movement and then Cupcakes for Kids.
Cupcakes for Kids with Cancer. I'm the patron of them. My firstborn is a cancer survivor.
Wow.
And he was diagnosed at 15 months old, and he's 4.5 now, and he's just absolutely fine. And I feel, because I've walked that path with my child, I really feel it's about celebrating the fact that he is a survivor. And now that I do have time to go back and give to the mothers and the children that are in the exact same situation that we were in. My husband has the most incredible charity that helps families every week in South Africa as well. So it's all about giving back now that we have the opportunity to do so.
But Sarah Kate, it's wonderful to see someone like you in your position, and that's when we should use it. Hey,
absolutely.
To make
I really
a
think so many people want to be a celebrity for self-gain.
Yes.
And first of all, I don't think there is such a thing as celebrity in South Africa. I think celebrities are those big stars, I almost fainted standing behind Hugh Grant on a flight the one day to London. That for me, I classify as a celebrity. I feel that there are well-known people in South Africa, and I personally get annoyed that when people want self-gain, it's about what you do with the attention. Is it about how short your shorts are, or is it where are you and what are you doing? So.
Well, okay, so am I right in saying that emotionally you're giving a lot of support? What is it that you've, on the cancer side with the...
Well, Cupcakes for Kids with Cancer, we give actual monetary value towards treatment for saving the children's lives when it comes to the actual life-saving treatment of chemotherapy. It's about going to hospitals and giving hospital bags, which makes the stay of the mother, of the caregiver, of the grandmother, of the father, whoever's looking after the child over and above the nurse, just to make their day a little bit brighter. And we do all of this through the sale of cupcakes. So it's a non-threatening, fun way to get school kids involved or corporates involved, and just to try and make something that maybe is a little bit scary from the outside looking in just a little bit brighter.
Yes. Now, I mean, it's wonderful what you're doing. And obviously to get to everywhere that you do need to do these things, you need a vehicle.
Yes.
So this is quite a nice topic for us, because we want to know, as Mrs. SA, what is it in terms of safety that you are looking for in a vehicle? Because you're also a mother, like you were saying, of 2 kids.
I've got 2 little boys. Yes. So what I was looking for is something that's quite rugged. I live in the Northwest Province. There are quite a few potholes.
This is hard to be a
yes,
okay.
On the way in and out of that road.
Yes.
And as any mother wants, safety is the most important aspect I look for in a vehicle when it comes to driving 2 of the most precious pieces of cargo that I could possibly transport.
100%.
So I'm very blessed that I'm sponsored by Suzuki South Africa with a SX4 all grip.
Okay.
So it's a crossover. It's in between a normal vehicle and a 4x4. So it gives me easy driving, my kids go to a farm school. I love it. There's like pigs and ducks and stuff. So I have to drive onto a dirt road. Yes. So it really is such a great vehicle like that. But the safety aspect for me is absolutely imperative.
So now, what are the things that, Chad, I think we've discussed this not on air, but like the frustrations we have with parents, not only mothers, but putting the kids on their seats, on their laps in the front.
Oh my gosh, please don't let my blood boil, literally.
It is one of those hot topics. It is really just people that...
Kids need to be in a car seat, end of discussion. Absolutely. It's not up for debate. It's not if you can or can't afford the car seat. It is the only way to transport a child, and you need to go and get your car seat. It's all very good and well putting a car seat in. It needs to go, and it either needs to have the ISOFIX put in place, or if you're using the safety belt, it has to be put in properly.
Yes.
I literally was driving around the corner the one day, and Mark went to me, my eldest child, and went, "Mommy, I'm falling over." And I couldn't believe that I had not put the car seat in properly. I literally had a heart attack. I drove to the place that I had bought the car seat, and this wonderful salesman came and showed me how to put the car seat in properly.
But that's a very interesting topic what you're saying there now, because where did you buy it? Where did you buy your car seat? Did you... I mean,
I bought it from a reputable retailer.
Yes, so now you go and buy it, but
it
no
had
one
the
is showing
plastic
you.
on, and
Yes.
you know, I just thought, how hard can this be?
Exactly.
But
Someone actually should show you.
Exactly.
And that's the biggest problem here. And that's what I feel is also the issue when it comes to parents allowing their children to stand on seats, to sit unrestrained. It's not so much that they don't love their kids any less. I battle to see that. As parents, you sit there and you know that if I'm feeling this, I know that you feel that for your child. I feel it's just a case of miseducation or lack of education as to what
We've
can
all been
happen.
there. Anyone that's a parent knows when your kid is screaming blue murder, and you'd rather give your kid what you want in that moment. But when it comes to your child's life, I'm sorry, I'd rather have my kid screaming rather than having my kid not screaming. And I did something that's quite controversial the other day. Marky, my firstborn, who's the cancer survivor, because of what he's been through in life, he's so responsible and he's so mature.
How old is he, by the way?
He's 4.5 years old.
And your other boy?
He's 20 months old.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So they have to be strapped in.
Absolutely. Marky obviously has more of a booster seat, and my little one has a proper car seat. And I made Mark watch a section of Grey's Anatomy where there had been a horrific car accident. And I showed him, and I said, this is what happens, baby. This is what happens when you don't...
That is very controversial.
Well, my kid's grown up in a hospital. He's seen blood. He's had blood transfusions. He's had chemotherapy.
Yes.
I'm not sure I'd do it to my second-born, but Mark is very exposed to the hospital world. But maybe it is questionable.
No.
My kid now will not go anywhere. Literally anywhere. He's like, Mommy, we have to make sure that the car seats clicked and everything, and we did the little things. So the lesson was learned, the lesson was taught, and the outcome is that my child is terrified to go in a car without his car seats on. And if that's what I've achieved through something that was maybe a little bit graphic, then so be it.
Like you were saying, he's grown up with exposed to all of this, so he's possibly very desensitized. And yes, you would have needed to go in there with a slight shock factor just to let him know. Listen,
and there were the jaws of life and everything. I don't know if there's anyone else that watches Grey's Anatomy, but I was like, valuable lesson here. Pause, baby, come watch this. This is what happens when we don't put our safety belt on. My husband walked in and he's like, oh my God. This Grey's Anatomy addicted woman. But he's so responsible now. And we sing little songs about clicking the safety belt on. And,
that's great.
He's been such an incredible example to my youngest son now, where, we sing songs when we put it on, and it's just, it's not debatable. It's absolutely not debatable. And if you can't afford a car seat, well, if
you can't afford a car seat,
there
go
are
to iPledge.
I was just about to say there are many charities now that are actually
helping with that.
Well,
iPledge has got quite a big program on that, where they give people, and again, this is a two-way street. If you have a car seat that you're not using anymore, you can go donate it at iPledge.
Exactly.
They revamp it basically, make it new again, and then they donate it. So if you have one lying around, donate it.
Exactly.
If you need one, go to iPledge.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But like you were saying, it's got to be done.
And I'm so glad that the law was passed recently about that. I think that was long overdue.
Yeah, I mean, it's important for people to realize, as best as what your intention may be, do not put your kids on your seat, on your lap, and strap them in.
I literally, when I see people with the front seat holding their kid in the front seat, I wish, we all have our things that we're passionate about, and I'm just passionate about many things because I'm a mother, but I wish I would see police officers pulling over those people more because it's wildly illegal, and so is Facebooking and text messaging while you're on the phone. I'm just very grateful that I went to Suzuki head office, and I always put my handbag in the boot or next to me to try and also not tempt me if my phone rings, unless it's a medical emergency. It doesn't need to be spoken now. And I have my Bluetooth technology, which is great. I can answer on my steering wheel. I can cancel my call on my steering wheel. And that's just revolutionized my driving experience, because I drive hours and hours and hours per day. I mean, my mileage is ridiculous.
But I mean, that's great. You're very responsible. You're someone that should be rightfully so. You're in the limelight. You're going for Miss Universe. So you're going to have even a bigger voice, and we're wishing you all the best. When is that, by the way?
I leave on the 18th of August, and I win on the 29th of August.
Oh, good. Okay, so we're going to
there's confidence.
So, I mean, you can even use your voice more when
Absolutely.
that happens. So we're going to obviously hope for all the best. choice there.
Thank you.
But to bring it in with our second guest, I couldn't help but overhear that you were all pink at one stage. Pink vehicles. I mean, I had a pink bike. Everyone know me,
yes.
Has known me for pink. But what pink cars, did you wrap them? What did you do?
I had them wrapped at Graffiti. I was absolutely obsessed. I mean, literally obsessed. My wardrobe, my clothes, my shoes, my cell phone covers, everything was pink. And on top of it all, I used to have, I used to bring you income. I used to dye my hair quite a lot blonder. So it was absurd. I was just obsessed with pink. Thank goodness I've outgrown that phase.
Oh, have you?
Yes, thank goodness. But I used to wrap my cars at Graffiti and
well, that's wonderful, because you can express yourself in a different way. It still protects the car. But I mean, let's speak to an expert on this, because David Furguson from Graffiti has actually joined us today. This wasn't planned, by the way.
No.
It happens to just be what a great combination.
That's worked out perfectly.
Yes. David, tell us more about your role with Graffiti and what it's all about. I mean, a lot of people know the name. That's something we know. But tell us.
Well, Marie, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's wonderful to be here and spend this time with you. I'm a director of Graffiti, and I've been with the company just over 10 years. And my role has, although I'm headquartered down in Durban, my role is quite various as a director. But I still perform mainly in the sales function and run the region down in Natal, and also responsible for a couple of other divisions within Graffiti. We are probably best known for our vehicle branding and vehicle wrapping. But
pink.
But yeah,
you have a great pink, by the way.
We have a great pink. Yeah. It's wonderful to have done your cars. At least we hope to see more of your cars in the future with your role as Mr. South Africa.
So now, I mean, there's a topic that I saw on when I just started reading up a little bit about you, unlocking the hidden value in your fleet. Explain that, because are you talking to a business owner here?
Wilmarie, we're talking to the business owner from the SME right up to the larger corporates. We brand between 800 and 1,000 vehicles a month on a national basis. And when we say we're unlocking the value of your fleet, by branding your car effectively, and when I say effectively, we look at transit media or vehicle branding as an advert on wheels. It's almost like having a billboard on the side of the freeway for your business and leaving it blank. Or just putting a small logo saying phone Bob's Pools.
But this is better. You just pay once off.
Well, that's just
There's
it.
No
that's just it. So even if you own the board, own the space,
yes.
By not branding it, it's effectively it's the same thing you're not doing with your fleet. So it doesn't really matter if you are an SME who's got one or two vehicles, or you're one of the larger corporates that we deal with. As you said, the branding is a once-off cost. The branding we do is warranted for a period of 3 years. And if you look at the value of the branding, of what actually physically costs, and the exposure you get to your brand on a daily basis, and the kilometers you travel, it's not rocket science to understand how many impressions and how many people are seeing your vehicles. And I'm not saying vehicle branding is the be-all and end-all in terms of outdoor media and exposure, but it certainly is highly competitive in terms of the ROI, in terms of what you spend, how long it lasts, and how many people are seeing it on a daily basis.
Well, we're going to get back to you just now, David. What we want to do now is just quickly play an ad, and then we're going to go straight to Chad, because we've got a bit of a review on the Toyota Fortuner D4D. Then we want to get back and talk about, like, wrapping, for example, the Fortuner, costing involved, those kind of things.
Perfect.
For the business owner.
Choice. Sometimes you have it, and sometimes you don't. AutoTrader gives you the choice. Now you can shop, compare, and buy new cars. Watch our expert video reviews and research before you buy. AutoTrader New Car. The choice is yours.
Unreal, uncensored, unradio.
CliffCentral.com.
Hi, we're back. Chad, go for it.
I had you there. I saw this was...
You said 20 seconds, and I'm actually amazed, because Mrs. SA is about to go do another responsible thing and go pay her fine.
Yes.
So it kind of caught me off.
No, I can't say.
Ouch.
Let's just say parking.
It was a parking fine.
Okay, but before you go, we do have a question for you.
Yes.
or maybe it's a statement. No, they're just saying purely woman of strength. They think you're amazing, woman of power. Auto Power Central, they're saying woman power. So Nathan sends that message to you. So on that note, Sarah K, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and I really appreciate your time, and enjoy the rest of the show, and I will be listening to you guys on my way out.
Great, and we'll be in touch for sure. And all the best for everything coming up and with your boys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Chad, you want to take over?
Yes, let me take over. First of all, yes, once again from AutoTrader side, best of luck with your endeavours and that, and I hope it all goes according to plan. Carry on doing the great work.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, then we're going to pick up with the review that I recently did on the Toyota Fortuner. Now, the Toyota Fortuner is a bit of a, how can I say, hotly contested. It's a debatable vehicle in that sense. Some love them, some hate them. Those that drive them love them. Those that don't drive them generally hate them. And this can come down to a multitude of reasons. Yes, if it's road rage or just you feel they're overpriced, they're cumbersome, they're not as good. They got a bit of a bad rap in the beginning, but a lot of that's been sorted out, and the 2015 model is considerably better than what we've seen in the past. And the new Toyota Fortuner, pretty much the late 2015, 2016 model, has also been released. We've seen images of that. But the 2015 one, with its facelift, with its updates, really looks fantastic, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was converted as well. I was one of those that really didn't like encountering a Fortuner on the road. It was always one of those guys that was cutting me off. But after I drove it, I realized that, you know what, this is a proper vehicle. This is a vehicle built for Africa.
But where did you go test it? I want to know. I hope not on the tar.
I had to do both. So I had to go and, test it a little bit off-road. I didn't get a chance to completely flex its muscles, but it's not something that I actually needed to do. Because after a few minutes behind the wheel, I was able to deduce that, listen, this is going to be just as capable. Approach and departure angles are good for off-road. With the 4x4 system and its low-range capabilities, I had it in a manual. I had the 3-litre D4D in a manual, and yes, a little agricultural. It is simplistic to a point. The 4-cylinder motor develops, 120 kilowatts, 343 newtons of torque. And that comes down from really low, 1,400 RPM. And the gearbox, like first gear, is extremely short. So you end up pulling away in second gear.
So you can actually pull away in second?
You can pull away in second quite comfortably. I found myself
It's not bad for the car?
No, that's got more than enough torque to be able to do that. And I found that was actually the best way to drive it, because with first gear being that short, you'd end up in it for 3-4 meters, changing to second anyway. But that just showed me that, there is a drivetrain under here that is designed with off-road, rugged Africa in mind, and it wouldn't battle at all. And it's something that's based on the Hilux anyway, underneath, and the Hilux is extremely capable off-road. So this has just got a slightly different body, a slightly heavier, weightier body. It is considerably better trimmed. And I walked away from that.
Inside, outside, when you say trimmed?
Both.
Okay.
But specifically inside. And of course the update for 2015, late 2014, 2015, does away with the brown interior, which started to date very quickly. And it's now a little bit dark, but there's some fantastic touches in there that you're going to find on sedan vehicles, which made it absolutely pleasant to drive. So I was converted. I was one of those that used to. I used to hate on the Fortuner. I did. I'm not going to deny it. I used to hate on the Fortuner. Now I look at it with a slightly different respect, and I understand. Yeah, that's okay. You've got a capable vehicle there. I'm going to let you do your thing.
Is it worth the money?
Because
how much are they going for now?
That opens up a different debate. The one that I was testing, the 3-litre D4D 4x4 in a manual, that's 523,900, 524. So it's a pricey vehicle. It is trimmed the interior is trimmed a little better than some of its competitors. Just the fit and finish is generally a little better. So you may be able to warrant it there. But we're going into a totally different aspect here as to vehicle prices.
Well, I want to put you on another spot now, Chad. Who do you think is the majority driver?
Majority driver, active lifestyle males.
You think so?
Absolutely, of the Toyota Fortuner. Active lifestyle males. To a lesser extent, your mommies with the school run.
Of course.
It's a pricey vehicle. Remember when we were chatting about the hijacking statistics and that, and how they were saying how you analyze it.
And the Fortuner seems to be higher.
The Fortuner is a bit of a popular one, and that's why it's one of those hotly contested, debated vehicles. Is it worth that money when you're sitting there and it's got a let's be honest about it, it's got a risk factor. It has dropped. They have employed and integrated a few more safety systems that have sort of deterred it.
Yes.
But if they want something, they're going to get it plain and simple.
We know this,
We
and
know
it
this.
goes back to you guys. If you, if you want to see more about the car, go to at AutoTrader SA. Sorry, that's the Twitter handle, but
Yeah.
go to AutoTrader SA's website, and you'll see a little bit.
AutoTrader.co.za, yeah.
Correct.
Their Twitter, you'd have to go through the feed now with this 99-cent car thing. It's pushed it way down on the feed. But Facebook as well. It's AutoTrader South Africa on Facebook, the website. We're on Google+, we're on Pinterest, we're on Instagram. So you can find there, and you'll be able to follow the links there. We include the links to the videos. If not, just go onto the site and search for Toyota Fortuner. You'll be able to pull up the news and the reviews.
Great.
So there'll be the video there, there'll be the written review and all that there, and you'll be able to see a little more in depth of what I thought about that Fortuner.
And you spoke about the safety aspect of it now. If you guys are not sure and you maybe missed the hijack prevention talk that we had, you can go to cliffcentral.com's website as well. Also hashtag AutoCentral, or go to the AutoCentral show, which is every Wednesday 1 to 2. And you can just download that podcast and listen to it again, because it is a very
valuable,
very
valuable. It's
relevant
probably one of the best segments that we've done here
Yes.
in terms of just an eye opener.
We actually needed another hour or two to talk
I
about
think
it.
we should invite him back with a couple of tips. I really do.
But now we're going to put a bit of go back to you, David, because am I right in saying, I'm now just throwing it out there, there is another safety element. I mean, in the racing, I used to drive vans everywhere, but my stuff it was pink, wherever it was branded. I felt like there is safety involved in branding your vehicle, because that is not easy to just get off. So, for someone to just take something that's branded, they're going to stand out.
Absolutely, Wilmarie. I mean, if I'm a potential hijacker and I see a white Fortuner on the road and I see a fully wrapped Fortuner in camo, as an example, which one am I going to choose? The white Fortuner.
Yes. The one that doesn't stand out.
Correct. Otherwise, otherwise the one that blends in, that's going to be the choice. So, the vehicle branding side of things, it performs a number of aspects. I mean, the one you mentioned earlier on obviously is the protection of the paintwork. I mean, I had one of my Jeeps down in Durban. It was 5 years old, and when I removed the wrap, the paintwork underneath was perfectly pristine.
So I think that's a concern for people, because you see the blades going when you're cutting the little vinyl things. Is it cutting the paint? Is it not? Does it protect your paint really, or is it going to pull it off? So you're saying it keeps it 100% protected?
Certainly on the wraps. I mean, we are known for our vehicle wraps. Not everybody does that. Some people just, if you take a company like ER24, it's just, there's vinyl cutting on the car. But our guys are very skilled, and some people, that's why we don't allow people into our workshop, because if they see the guy with the blade in their hand trimming around some edges, rather don't watch. It's a bit like being in an operating theatre, rather don't watch. But through 12 years of experience, we've perfected the art.
But sorry, just to interject there, and just to clarify for those listening, it's not actually cut on the vehicle itself. It's pre-cut, and then it's basically weeded and then applied to the vehicle, correct?
A lot of it is pre-cut, yes, and then we use tools, squeegees and that sort of stuff to actually work the vinyl into those deeply recessed areas, so that you can see, the minimum amount of paintwork exposed, depending on what the customer requires.
Yeah, and I mean, just to explain as well, if people are not aware of the difference, I mean, what you were saying, wrapping and what's the other one where it's just basically
cutting,
a logo? Cutting.
So let's take a corporate, a life insurance company. He doesn't want bright pink. He wants something that fits in with his corporate identity. So we have a team of designers that can take someone's brief and someone's artwork and give them what they're looking for. It's in terms of their personality of the company, in terms of their target market, what they're trying to achieve out of it. Not everybody is like Sarah Kate, who wants something loud and in your face. It's more depending on what the customer's requirements.
For business purposes, like you were saying, it's a cheaper form of advertising and getting, no rental monthly, it's only your vehicle. But now let's get back to costing, for example. I'm assuming you do Fortuners as well.
We do.
So, what would a Fortuner, for example, cost to do?
On a full wrap on a Fortuner, you're probably looking in the region of 15 to 18,000 rand for a full wrap on a Fortuner.
So now the person out there is listening is probably thinking, okay, so explain the value in that.
Well, from an advertising perspective, the really simple way to look at it is take that 15,000 rand, say, amortize it over 36 months. it'll probably cost you, I haven't got my calculator on me now, but you're probably looking at about 300 Rand a month.
Yeah.
So for
Nothing costs you that anymore.
Well, exactly. I mean, every other bit of advertising money you might spend, whether it be a pamphlet, whether it be a golf day, whether it be print or whatever it is, it's a once-off cost, and you have to keep spending. The beauty of vehicle branding and transit media is that it's a once-off cost, and you're getting that exposure on a daily basis. And there's no other. It is the cheapest. It sounds like a sales pitch, but it is the cheapest form of advertising, because you own the medium. The medium being the advertising medium, being the motor vehicle, and the advert. There's no media. There's no monthly cost that you're paying for that.
And the durability of it. I mean, did you say 3 years?
Our products are warranted for 3 years. We have got customers and clients who've branding has lasted longer. But in terms of the minimum warranty against adhesion and fading, it's a minimum of a 3-year period.
So basically, if someone's got a company and they want to go this route now, they can come to you, they don't know where to start. You will be able to help them from the word go in terms of designing, whatever fits best the vehicle, coloring, everything.
Everything is done in-house. I think it's one of the largest assets within graffiti. Never mind our 12, 13 years experience, is that we can take customers who have got nothing, that just want to wrap their fleet or wrap their vehicles, and we can take it from searching for images and putting a design together right through to the production of the vinyl and the application on a national basis, which serves us very well, because we do service probably 80% of the corporate market within South Africa. And also, when you are working in the smaller regions, for them to know that you are national and you've been around for 12 years, it gives them a lot of confidence. Because like in any business, we have got competitors.
Yes, lots so.
And the fact that we've been around for so long certainly gives us a lot of credibility in the number of vehicles that we've done, and the type of clientele that we attract.
So now, I mean, revolution-wise in terms of retail branding, vehicle branding, would you say that is growing? Is that something that's getting stronger? I mean, you're saying that you've been in the industry now for a very long time. Is it getting, are more people doing this now to the vehicles?
After 12 years, some people are still coming to us and thinking that the transit media, the way we do it, is quite pioneering. They can't believe that you can't you just do a magnetic decal or just my logo? I can't believe you can do this. A lot of the people think it's paint that's on a vehicle. They don't believe it can come off. What happens when I sell my car? I said, no problem, just bring it back to us, because it is a removable vinyl. It's a heat process, and we're also responsible for removing of the vinyl.
So you actually help with that as well, even after 3 years? You're willing to take it off?
Even after 3 years.
Well, that's
so
great.
It's peace of mind for the customers.
Yes.
And I've even had some clients down in Durban who bought some white Avanzas. Okay, Avanza, plain white Avanza, and we wrapped them in white vinyl.
Okay.
Purely to protect the paintwork. But they knew after, and it wasn't for any advertising. They didn't want any advertising. They just wanted to wrap their vehicles. And we get those customers who either want to do that or to change the color of their car. They can't get a particular color, so we could either digitally print it to match a pink or a lime green or whatever the case.
Now, I'm going to hop in there, because coming from the aftermarket background, yes, I was there when the wrappings and that started getting quite popular. But one of the very common questions that I got is, isn't that illegal? I know that it's not, but would you like to explain? You'll know on the ins and outs in terms of what the law says and the RTA says in terms of changing the color of the vehicle via a wrap. Is it illegal?
We haven't had any complaints yet. I think what's important is a cosmetic wrap. Okay, a vinyl has got its limitations. It's not paint. I mean, we don't wrap the inside of the doors. There are hinges and that sort of stuff. I mean, if you lift up the bonnet, you can see the original paintwork underneath. We don't go. So it's a purely exterior cosmetic, sort of branding wrap. So we haven't fallen foul of the law yet.
Am I correct in saying that there's no problem with it, provided that the engine bay color still remains as is listed on the license? So that
Correct.
As long as you don't change that color, you can pretty much change the
I mean,
exterior color.
I've taken my vehicle, the graffiti Jeeps are black and orange.
Correct, yeah.
The underlying color could be white or silver. As long as that's displayed still, there hasn't been an issue.
Yeah, as long as the engine bay color doesn't change, no, it's not illegal. The vehicle is still that color.
Still that color.
It is deemed to be exactly that.
It's decorated with.
Decorated. It is branding. It is
makeup.
just exactly
And
that.
it can come off. It's not permanent.
No, and that's it. It's not a permanent color change either.
Correct.
So if you want to go a little further, you just add a a logo, a sticker, something of the sort, graffitis, sticker somewhere, and then
do you get discount?
It's
No,
graffiti. It's graffiti branding.
Most of our customers want the graffiti sticker on the back. That's been quality done.
There we go.
We actually charge extra for that.
Oh, really? Well, that says a lot about what you're doing, though. You know what I mean? If they want the sticker. Because mostly when you go do it, no, I don't want your logo, only
No,
my stuff.
we do put it on. It's a little bit cheeky. And as I said, our customers, why'd you put that on? I said, well, we charge
We're
you extra
taking
for
a
that,
chance,
actually.
yeah.
If you don't want it, we'll give you a discount.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like our little calling card. It always goes on the bottom right-hand corner of the vehicles that we brand. Obviously, the customer's free to pull it off. It comes off very easily. So yeah, it is a little bit cheeky. But we find a lot of our customers like it's almost like a SABS stamp of approval.
Yes.
Our vehicle's been done by graffiti, and we like to think they're proud of it.
And in terms of the act, in fact, a little safe end, because then it can be justified as, well, it's graffiti branding.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm just curious, where all are you based? Because you're from Durban.
I'm from Durban.
Yes.
I spent quite a bit of time up here, though, as the Director of Graffiti. But we're headquartered in Kyalami in Midrand. We have an office in Cape Town, obviously an office in Durban. And at the end of last year, we've opened up a small office in Nelspruit.
So basically it's safe to say you're national.
We are national. We don't have offices. We do partner with other branding or application companies to provide the service to a lot of our national customers.
Okay.
So there are outlying areas like Port Elizabeth, East London, George, Bloemfontein, Polokwane.
Kurumon.
Don't go that far. It has to be on the map. We're a courier company, guys. But we can safely say we're national. And I think the peace of mind that gives a customer is that although we do sometimes use outsource application companies, if there's ever an issue, it sits with us. The responsibility sits with us.
Sure.
We'll never push a customer and say, well, that applicator. We verify those guys. We make sure they're up to scratch. And if there's an issue, that does come back to graffiti as the central point of contact.
Well, I've got a very valid question that I want to get back to just now, if you don't mind, David. Just before we get to, so in other words, if someone does the wrapping here in Joburg and they end up, but they actually live in Cape Town, they go there and something needs to be fixed or changed. But we'll get back to you now if you can answer just now. Let's just play. It's such a big topic, this 99 cent new car, that we've just got to play this ad again.
The phone is going crazy
Yes.
here. They've got all the tweets coming through.
So here it is.
Choice. Sometimes you have it, and sometimes you don't. AutoTrader gives you the choice. Now you can shop, compare, and buy new cars. Watch our expert video reviews and research before you buy. AutoTrader New Car. The choice is yours.
Stand a chance to buy a brand new mystery car for just 99 cents. You heard right, 99 cents. Follow the clues on Twitter at AutoTraderSA and use the hashtag 99centnewcar.
Well, okay, just to rephrase that, by no means am I saying, David, that it's bad quality what you're doing. I'm just saying, in the worst case scenario, someone brands a vehicle here, but they live in Cape Town, they're driving there, something happens, will you allow them to go to your branch there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All our branches are head office owned. There's no franchise operation or anything like that. I mean, in servicing the large corporates and national operations, it's totally interchangeable. I mean, there's no issue. Doesn't matter where the vehicle's branded. The same warranties apply. It doesn't matter if it's Durban, Cape Town, Bloemfontein, wherever. It's all carried centrally.
Okay, so I mean there's really nothing negative about branding your vehicle. There is an initial cost, but if you work it out and you do have a company, marketing-wise, it just makes sense.
Even as a private owner, go and price what a decent quality respray is going to cost you. Even if it's just a touch-up and a blow-over, something you want to get rid of stone chips or something of the sort. Factor that in to when you're considering selling your vehicle as to, how much it's going to cost there. And hopefully I'm not putting words in your mouth.
You're quite correct.
But go and
it
price
protects
that.
from scratches, am I right?
Scratches,
Yes.
stone chips and that type
Absolutely.
of thing.
An example of the white divulges is a classic
yeah.
example. And then you've also got the petrol heads or the guys who like to keep changing the color of their car every year.
And
You know,
it's
why
considerably
not?
cheaper, yeah. Instead of spending 40 to 50,000 rand, which is what a good quality paint job is going to cost you,
Would be a quarter of that.
15 to 18.
You know, on a large SUV.
That's
That all
on a
comes down
large
to the
one,
size
yeah.
of the vehicle. But a sedan, you're looking, sort of 10 to 12 kind of thing.
Which, I mean, is absolutely gift wrap. That's
Yeah.
really not massive money for a product of that quality that is actually protecting your vehicle and giving you the desired effect. It's really not. It's justifiable.
Well, I just need to. Well, if someone wants to get hold of you,
So just go back to what your point is there on the spray painting as well. I think also what is important for customers out there is also the downtime.
Absolutely.
You spray your vehicle, you get it off the road for at least a week.
Longer.
For a wrap on a SUV and a large, on like a Fortuner, we like to keep the vehicle for a day and a half.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite quick.
It's quick.
It's quicker than fixing your laptop.
Absolutely. So we wrap the vehicle for a day, keep it overnight. Vinyl is a living, breathing substrate for most of the shifting and breathing happens in the first 24 hours, and we like to keep it overnight just to ensure that all the settling and slight bubbling issues has been taken care of before the customer takes delivery. And actually the vinyl gets better the longer it stays on the car.
I need to know, has anyone actually branded their Lamborghini?
Yes.
What is the most, who?
No, there has been. Like I say, coming from the aftermarket, there have been guys.
What's the most expensive vehicle that you've actually wrapped?
I personally wrapped an Aston Martin down in Durban when we had the Soccer World Cup.
Okay.
The mate of mine, he actually owned a nightclub, and he was an exceptionally passionate South African, and we wrapped his Aston Martin in the South African flag.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
So did he keep that on, or was it
he
just
kept it on for the duration of the World Cup and then took it off. But the talkability around it, there was no mention of his nightclub on the vehicle. It was just this Aston Martin cruising around in Durban, wrapped in the colours of the South African flag.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that goes viral, because all of a sudden people are sitting there saying, what? You've just taken a multi-million rand Aston Martin and painted it the colour of the flag, it's been wrapped, but yes, it's a talking point, yes.
Yeah, and it does look painted. I mean,
Absolutely.
I've seen your work.
You've got to come up close to see that it's vinyl.
Yeah.
A lot of people actually don't understand what vinyl is. Basically, it's a sticker.
Yes.
Really a high quality, expensive sticker that goes onto your vehicle.
Something I learned, just totally, I was very interested in it when we were branding the vans and stuff for the racing. But am I right in saying the thinner the vinyl, the easier it goes around the curbs and
it's
applies?
more conformable, especially on the wraps. Your thicker vinyls, if you go back to school, maybe trying to wrap your school book in A4 contact, it was almost, like using peanut butter. These are highly thin, highly conformable films, which are activated. The adhesion is activated once you heat them and work them into the areas with particular equipment that our applicators use.
Well, that's great, David. And also thanks. I mean, you're chatting so nicely, and then I heard you drop that you were a DJ for 10 years.
You weren't supposed to say that on air.
I'm sorry, I was so tempted. I mean, that's great. Why stop? Was it graffiti stop?
No, that wasn't. No, I guess I grew up.
Oh, thanks, Chad. I mean,
I think if I remember correctly, I got married. So
that's sort of
no. It was just I was part of a top a DJ agency, and I used to do weddings and 21st and 40th and Christmas parties, and I think the weekends started to take its toll. You're working Monday to Friday in a regular job, and then you're DJing Friday and Saturday night. It took its toll. So
and not exactly keeping decent hours.
No, keeping decent hours, and you were getting a bit short on sleep. But I loved it. I must be honest. It was fantastic. I couldn't believe I was getting paid to have so much fun behind the decks.
Well, that's great. I mean, Chad. Okay, so let's go to. I think I know what you're going to be doing. You're not wrapping this week on the weekend, are you? What's up for the weekend, guys, in terms of motoring? Are you wrapping vehicles?
I'm sure we are.
Okay, great. What are you up to, Chad?
Gauteng Motor Festival. That's happening this weekend.
This weekend?
That's happening this weekend, and that includes a Super Drift round.
How did I miss that?
That's not one that should slip under the radar.
No.
This is a big annual event. Yes, Gauteng Motor Festival happening at the Rock Raceway this weekend. Starts from Friday afternoon, will run through Saturday and Sunday, and includes a round of the Super Drift series, the national series. So that's all the big guys. Those that know me will know I love my drifting. I live for it. And very excited to see what the big guys... You do, because
you don't stop talking there. So.
I don't. Yes. So I will be commentating there as well on that one. So that's keeping me busy for the entire weekend. And then we've got, in terms of review, got the very funky Citroen Cactus coming up.
Cactus? Why Cactus?
Citroen Cactus.
Why would someone
French. Then I'm just going to leave it right there at being French. So Citroen and Cactus. Anybody that knows the Citroen history will know how quirky they are. Citroen Cactus, but a very interesting vehicle. And in line with paint protection and that, it's the vehicle that's now got those air bumps on the side. So it's actually got air pockets in a polyurethane sort of panel on the side and at the back and the front. And this is impact resistant up to 4 kilometers an hour. So fantastic for your little bumps and
Who is doing
dings and
4
that.
kilometers an hour, Chad?
Shopping trolleys, car
Okay, true.
doors, that sort of stuff. No.
You're not thinking that.
No, it's not meant to be collision prevention or
Okay.
collision protection.
So it's just those little
but
bumps and things.
Your little bumps and scratches that end up devaluing your vehicle as it starts aging and that. And it really is funky. The interior of this car, I'm actually quite fond of it.
So you are reviewing that this weekend.
I'm going to be reviewing it over the course of the week. Yeah,
All right.
That one comes in.
So we'll chat about that, the Cactus,
Yeah,
next
Citroen
Wednesday.
Cactus.
Got to say that
The
nicely.
Citroen Cactus.
Oh, okay. So and you personally are going to be at the show.
Yes,
Am I right?
I am. I'm going to
Okay.
be. I'm going to be on the microphone and that as well with the drifting. But there's going to be a whole bunch of stands and displays there. I don't know. You guys got a stand there this year?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know
Not from
of.
Durban. We only heard about the Titanic last week. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that was a real tragedy. That one, a disaster.
it's terrible.
Terrible love story. Listen, I'm actually going to Durban on Tuesday.
Fantastic. Bring your flippers. I left this morning in torrential rain. I thought I was in Cape Town.
Oh, well, I hope it's better by Tuesday because I'm bringing my helmet. I've got to do a test there, and I know you're going to be jealous. It's on the BMW
I'm finding
1200.
something heavy to throw at you.
Or get your license, Chad. That's the first.
Like we said, we're talking. The show's going to evolve.
So it's I'm doing the BMW 1200 RS and BMW S1000 XR.
That new 1000.
The trick here is going to be, I don't know if I'm going to be able to touch my feet. So I actually have to ask them if they have a lowered seat because these bikes are quite tall and I'm not the tallest. So I'm going to have to take extra shoes.
I don't think you're that short that you'd battle on them. I know adventure bikes and that, but you'd be able to get a foot down on
but
them.
like my Triumph 800, I've got to have a lowered seat. Otherwise I hang off the one side. So it's going to be interesting.
Ooh, okay.
Or I might ask them for a little stop block. You know those little...
Always have to pull up next to the pavement, like when you got
Yes.
a bicycle that was two sizes too big for you as a kid. Just
Yeah.
going to lean it up against the wall, fall over.
You fall the wrong way.
Yeah, either or will do.
So I really, really hope that the rain is going to stop by then.
I think it is. We forecast, I believe, for the weekend another downpour, but hopefully by Monday, Tuesday. you
Yes,
should
that's
clear it.
fine. So I'll be flying there Tuesday and I'm back Wednesday morning for the show.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have George back. So I'm back here.
I've got one of those as well, where it's also backwards and forwards, also with another launch, just launches left, right, and centre. So there's a lot of
there's
interesting
lots
content
happening.
coming the way. And I mean, this is all very exciting one that I had actually. And I'm just going to touch base on and just polish it, whatever, brag a little bit, subtle brag. Last Friday, Mercedes-Benz or Mercedes AMG GT
Oh,
and the
lovely.
GTS, and probably one of the best launches that I've been on because they pretty much handed the key and say, here we go, try break it.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
it was just a whole day of driving it hard. What a fantastic vehicle. So you'll be able to actually read my first drive impressions on that on autotrader.co.za,
Great.
along with a couple of images on that as well. And then holding thumbs that we can do a full review on it over the course of the next 2-3 months and that, and then bring you some interesting video footage as well.
Oh, that sounds great. Did you have a big group to test?
No,
I mean, was
fortunate. There were 3 rotations on it, and this is how it works. They'll bring in a 20 odd journos on day 1. Day 2 will be another 20. The final day, which was the Friday, there was about 6 of us.
All
So there was so much track time that we were allowed. That was absolutely brilliant.
Well, all right, Chad, I'll be joining you soon in one of those vehicles, and you can be joining me soon with a 2-wheel, same.
Deal.
But you got to get your learners, and you can't buy it. You got to write.
I don't know. No, I don't buy them. It takes me 2 attempts to get a license. It has. My American one and my South African one, 2 attempts always, because I go in way overconfident on the first time and make a hash of it. So it's going to take 2 attempts. I know this. This is fact. But I'll get it. Don't worry.
Well, look, whatever. I mean, if you guys have written your learners, or you are about to write your learners, I can tell you from experience, go to, for example, Edenvale, go to where the old system is. You are going to wait a little longer, but it is the old system test. The new touchscreen learners is not easy to pass. I think they're actually busy reviewing it because there's a problem with it, but like 90% of people fail.
That's not right.
It
That really can't be right.
really is. And then there's a waiting period. So if you go on the old system, I think 90% pass. It's like that. So it's worth going to. Talking about bragging, I've got a bit of bragging coming on Friday. So Women in Motorsport have asked me to talk. So I'll
Fantastic.
be talking at their breakfast. We're actually doing a breakfast on Friday, so I'm excited about that. So we'll be sending some tweets and things.
That's lovely. You're
So
going to have to wear
watch
the Auto Central shirt.
Does it fit? Is it yours? No problem, as long as it's warm. You know me, because I hear we've got another cold front coming. So
hope not.
All right, so let's tie it up. And then also, guys, don't miss Formula One is it Hungary this weekend? Yes, 24 to 26 July. Don't miss that. So that seems to be the racing that's up for this weekend. And again, David, thanks so much for joining us. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. It's been so much fun.
I hope so. I think that's shed some light on vehicle branding as well. And thanks for the review on the Fortuner.
Only a pleasure.
Chad, that's great. So if you want to catch us on, you can get the review at AutoTrader on the website, and you can also follow us at SA Speed Queen, at AutoTrader SA. Chad.
At Chad.
Just remember your
LUCKHOFF.
And if I remember correctly, at Graffiti PTY. All right. So, guys, and don't miss. Remember, third clue is out today on the 99C new car, so 99-cent car for the value of over 200,000.
My advice, go to the website, autotrader.co.za, go to the competitions page, and go and check it out there. All the information that you need is on that page.
I'm going to go read the terms and conditions to see if I can apply, but until then,
sure you can.
Secret to a balanced life, keep moving.
This is CliffCentral.com.